welcome to this week's edition of the Tax Talk, the show that simplifies the complexity around the subject matter of tax administration and helps you navigate the complex terrain of tax laws and regulations. I am Oinlala Sally, coming up in a moment.
This is Business News. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has reiterated his administration's continuous collaboration, partnership and business engagement with other countries and global investors for better Lagos and Nigeria. Governor Sanwo-Olu spoke during courtesy visit by the Netherlands Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Waptvchannel, and Consul General Kingdom of the Netherlands, Michel Dillin, as well as the Danish Ambassador to Nigeria, Sune Krokstrop, and Consul General Ms. Jetty Jerome, respectively, at the Lagos House Marina. The regional chair, Boston Consulting Group Europe, Middle East, South America, and Africa, Mr. Matthias Tuba, and the leader, Boston Consulting Group Africa System, Ms. Lisa Eve, also paid a courtesy visit to the governor. Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State is willing to partner with the Netherlands and Denmark in the areas of renewable energy, public health and transportation, economy, environment, waste management, agriculture and food security, among others. He said Lagos deserves foreign grants and support that will make the state a truly resilient city. Speaking earlier, Plum said the Netherlands is ready and willing to partner with the Lagos State government for business opportunities and sustainability, as well as collaboration in the areas of waste management, rice mill, public health, agriculture and food securities, among others. Also speaking, Kostrop noted that Denmark has contributed greatly to Nigeria's economy by creating jobs opportunity, asked for continuous and sustained collaborations and partnership between Denmark and Lagos State. The Lagos State government has set a target to generate $2.5 billion in revenue from non-oil export. The aim is to diversify the state economy and reduce its dependence on oil revenue. The government plans to achieve this target by promoting and supporting various sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, and technology. To this end, the government has inaugurated an export committee aimed at reinvigorating broad production and agricultural activities across the state. Speaking during the 7th Trade Fair organized by the National Association of Small-Scale Industrialists in Lagos, the Commissioner, Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose Medeben, explained that the committee, comprising representatives of the ministries, departments and agencies as well as experts from diverse professions, are working to increase the number of players in the non-oil export business and grow the economy of the state and Nigeria at large. She reiterated the commitment of the government to support companies exporting goods and services, saying the move will boost the state economy, create jobs and position it as a hub for international trade. She said the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is developing an export promotion policy to provide support to companies exporting their products and services. The commissioner highlighted some of the state government's intervention for MSMEs to include the disbursement of over 8.4 billion naira to 12,710 MSMEs through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, which according to her help them navigate the negative effect of the COVID-19 pandemic and other challenges. The Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Mr. Mohammed Bello Shehu, has revealed that only 40 million out of over 200 million Nigerians currently pay taxes to the nation's coffers. Speaking in an interview, Shehu said that what the Tax Reform Act and the Revenue Committee are set to do is to make sure that the informal sector and the informal economy contribute to the tax net. While reiterating that many Nigerians and businesses have not been brought under the tax net, the chairman submitted that as member of the committee, it is the Commission's duty to share its position and schedule meetings to ensure that valuable insights are contributed to the discussion, maintaining that its ultimate goal is to create a society where more people pay taxes and the funds are utilized to improve services and infrastructure for the benefit of all. The Lagos State Parastatus Monitoring Office has restated its commitment to boosting the state revenue to provide the government with the needed funds to meet the developmental needs of the state. The Permanent Secretary, Dr. Olubengayo Olaino, disclosed this at the monthly two-day revenue meeting with heads of agencies held recently at the State Treasury Office Resource Center, Alausa. Aino made it known that the contributions of the heads of agencies parastatals will make it possible for the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to meet the yearnings of the populace. He emphasized that the state has recorded and is still recording so many feats under the present administration because of the contributions of the heads of agencies towards the enhancement of the state treasury. The Permanent Secretary revealed that one of the core objectives of the PMO is the consolidation of the activities of all parastatus agencies of the state, which includes but not limited to revenue generation, monitoring and reporting to Mr. Governor all activities relating to revenue-generating agencies. He informed the head of agencies that the state government aims to lay a very solid foundation for a world-class economy, a smart city that will be able to compete with others around the world, whether in the area of infrastructure, transportation, security, education, tourism, sport, entertainment, and all other attributes of a smart city. While appreciating all the heads of agencies for their efforts, Mr. Aino stated that the ability of the state government to deliver on all the aforementioned areas depends on all stakeholders present at the monthly gathering, who are expected to drive revenue generation in their respective offices. The meeting also had in attendance the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Mr. Temitope Udoga. And that's it on Business News.
I will make a start shortlist business. They give them 150K to my friends. Let's do this. Taxes? I didn't even think about this. So I'll have to pay tax to build a house in Lagos. Maybe I should take a remote job. That way, I can avoid taxes. But wait, bloggers and content creators pay taxes too. So tax officials in Lagos monitor digital space for tax payment. Wait, why don't I start importing and exporting of phones and gadgets? Bro, how far now?
Femo, how far?
Bro, I won't join the business where they do.
Oh, small. You just need money. I hope you have your tax clearance certificate.
Tax? Are you kidding me?
Without it, shishi, you not fit do. You have to visit the nearest tax office.
I can't believe it. There's no way out of this. I have to face my tax obligations if I want to start a life in Lagos.
Dear Lagosians, your taxes enable the government to invest in education, healthcare, security, housing, and many more. By continuing to pay your taxes, you are investing in a brighter future for all. This message is brought to you by the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS.
We're glad you could join us today. On the big story today, the Tax Talk takes a closer look at the whistleblower policy and how it has impacted on the state revenue and by extension the economy, thanks to the protection policy of the Act. Take a listen.
This is the big story. As part of effort aimed at enhancing the anti-corruption fight under the former President Muhammadu Buhari administration, the whistleblower introduced on December 21, 2016. According to the Federal Ministry of Finance, the whistleblowing program is designed to encourage anyone with information about a violation of financial regulations, mismanagement of public funds and assets, financial malpractice, fraud and theft to report it. However, determined to improve on the federal government's whistleblower policy, the Lagos State government via its Speak Up program has come up with the solution to encourage employees and more people to freely report any illegal action while keeping their identity anonymous, thereby not putting their lives and careers in danger. The state government, using the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service LIRS as a pilot, launched the Whistleblower Initiative on Friday, August 5, 2022, with the aim of deepening transparency, accountability, and uphold a high standard in the administration of the tax system in the state.
Integrity is a very, very important part of this profession. And we looked at all the different ways and means that we can instill integrity both internally and externally. So we came up with a whistleblower program, which is outsourced and run independently by the accounting firm of Deloitte. So we have the whistleblowing in place. We also have subscribed to the service charter of Lagos State. Like the name suggests, we have different rules and regulations guiding ethics and professionalism, so that helps. We also have undertaken a lot of training programs for members of staff, and all these center around ethics, transparency, and accountability.
The initiative, which was done in partnership with Deloitte Nigeria, is referred to as the Deloitte Tip-Offs Anonymous. The policy provides for anonymity, confidentiality, and protection against victimization for whistleblowers, aimed to empower individuals who have information on tax fraud and evasion to report such misconduct without fear of retaliation. The LIRS whistleblower policy does not only provide avenue to report, but also ensure credibility of the report through investigations, feedback to the whistleblower, and ensure protection of such whistleblower from possible reprisal or victimization from all disclosures made in good faith.
Deloitte handles the Tip-Off Anonymous platform, and that platform is the platform where you are able to submit any concern or report the whistle you want to really blow on. You have that platform to really talk about it, and on that platform you have various options for you to really blow a whistle. You have the email option, you have the web option, you also have the telephone option where we have hotlines that you can call, and you can also use the app. We have an app that we have developed in-house that allows you to really send in what your concern is.
The Whistleblower Initiative is a two-channel affair aimed at not only deepening transparency and accountability, but upholding a high standard in the administration of the Lagos tax system in the state, as many channels of report and feedback were created to aid operations. Some of the channels of reporting include a 24-hour toll-free hotline, email, web portal, and mobile app. There are 3 levels of disclosure, 3 levels of anonymity. The whistleblower can choose to be completely anonymous, just disclose the issue. He or she can elect to be partially anonymous. So, he or she provides information about their identity so that they can get feedback from the platform. However, if one is completely anonymous, he can't get feedback from the platform.
A lot of whistleblowers would like to stay anonymous. So in order to stay anonymous, you want to know which of the platform you want to use. So if you are using an email, you want to maybe create a new email address so that your identity is covered and you can be free to express yourself. And it's important we have that email or like an ID number or phone number that we, from where we are as Deloitte, can reach out to you to give you feedback on the case. So for us as Deloitte, as a partner with working with LIRS as a consultant, we are able to receive those whistles that are sent or cases, incidents that are reported, and we can then use that, collate those reports and then send to LIRS. The other consultant then take on that incident. They look at it, they review it case by case, and then once they are done with it, they report it back to us so that we can give feedback to the whistleblower, and after which the case is closed.
It's not an end in itself. So it's a means to achieving a goal, and the goal is good governance. Now, what the whistleblower policy is supposed to help us do is to drive engagement with all stakeholders to ensure we have a sustainable good governance through the process of a kind of feedback from them to improve our processes and activities with a view to reduce, and if possible, eliminate all issues that relate to possible wrongdoings, misconduct, or unethical use. That's essentially what it's supposed to do.
One of the key benefits of the policy is providing platform for participatory engagement towards good governance. In order to encourage people without diverting their attention from the primary focus of the program and to avoid the mistake that was made at the federal level, at the first phase, the Lagos state government is not looking at any financial compensatory component yet. Lagos residents are expected to see the whistleblower policy as their own project. Once they see it as their own project and they are driving it and they can see the benefit that will come out of it, things will improve generally. Thus, anybody will become efficient and will become effective.
The LRS whistleblowing policy is to encourage ethical practices. So the policy on its own emphasizes what is ethical and what's unethical, and at what point do you blow a whistle. Then the importance is now that it allows, it prevents wrongdoing. And I'll explain wrongdoing in terms of if you see anything that is wrong or any unethical practices and you identify it, there is a channel for you to report this so that such unethical practices could be investigated or corrected, or the business or LRS can put adequate controls to mitigate some of these wrongdoings. It also encourages employees to note that, yes, they are being listened to.
The success of the whistleblower has not only impacted on state IGRO, it has imparted significantly on the perception of the LIRS by the public, as the policy has demonstrated the agency's commitment to combating tax evasion and fraud and its willingness to partner with the public to achieve this goal. The key thing is that the state prides itself in achieving good governance. The state cannot achieve good governance on its own alone. It needs the collaborative effort of all stakeholders. So if any citizen or resident of the state sees anything that is not right, then this platform provides the opportunity for one to actually say it, and then allows the state to respond appropriately without compromising the identity of that person that has reported the case.
The innate fear of the average Nigerian, based on past experiences, maybe people say police is your friend, but nobody wants to volunteer information. So you are not too sure yet, despite the fact that we have promised them they have 3 scope of anonymity: full disclosure, partial disclosure, or complete anonymity, which we told people. So maybe that may be responsible for it, that they are not too sure that if I disclose to you, I hope there won't be any backlash on me. But I can tell you from what we have seen is that we have seen a kind of traction now in the last 3 weeks. The number of cases that has been reported, surprisingly, is more than almost a quarter of what has happened in the last 10 months that we started this operation.
Being a statewide policy and an integral part of the revenue reforms program of the state, which started a long time ago, LIRS was picked to kickstart the program because it has probably the widest interface with the citizens of the state. To some extent, the LIRS whistleblower policy has proven to be a vital tool, especially in the fight against tax evasion.
I mean, make I start shortlist business. They give them 150K to my friends. Let's do this. Taxes? I didn't even think about this. So I'll have to pay tax to build a house in Lagos. Maybe I should take a remote job. That way, I can avoid taxes. But wait, bloggers and content creators pay taxes too. So tax officials in Lagos monitor digital space for tax payment. Wait, why don't I start importing and exporting of phones and gadgets? Bro, how far now?
Femo, how far?
Bro, I won't join the business where they do.
Oh, small. You just need money. I hope you have your tax clearance certificate.
Tax? Are you kidding me?
Without it, shishi you no fit do, you have to visit the nearest tax office.
I can't believe it. There's no way out of this. I have to face my tax obligations if I want to start a life in Lagos.
Dear Lagosians, your taxes enable the government to invest in education, healthcare, security, housing, and many more. By continuing to pay your taxes, you are investing in a brighter future for all. This message is brought to you by the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS.
We want to thank the local community of Imota, Ikorodu. We want to thank all of you that has waited patiently. Thank you all very, very, very much.
Obviously, to alleviate poverty, to make food available to the masses at the right prices, competitive prices, and generally for the well-being, economically, socially, for the people of Lagos.
Thank you for staying with us on the Tax Talk. Next up is the Voice on the Street segment. What do you know about the whistleblower policy and how well can you explain it? Let's hear from some Nigerians on the streets of Lagos.
Welcome to another exciting episode on Voice on the Streets, guys. My name is Chibuzo, your favorite minister on the street. So today we're going to be sampling people's opinion on the streets. Don't go anywhere. Join me.
No, I don't.
Whistleblower policy is when there is an issue, somebody else secretly go and report the issues to the authority that will take actions of insecurity, like insecurity, or some allegations about people that are fraudulent in the society.
Whistleblower. Okay, if you hear and if it's just like exposing the bad people or something, like those that are doing bad things and you know about them, you could just expose them.
Whistleblower policy. Well, let me use the whistleblower word I know, layman's term. So I know a fraudster. I know a fraud situation that's happening, and I call anonymously to the government. Oh, someone just did this. I'm the whistleblower. So,
whistleblower policy. What I know about whistleblower policy is maybe, for instance, the FCC right now wants to, prosecute someone. So the person that is going to, give an hint of whereabouts of a particular individual who is to be prosecuted is the whistleblower.
Okay, I think it has to do with some level of reporting from one end to the end that needs the information.
What an exciting opinion from the people, guys. Don't go anywhere. The Tax Talk continues. I still remain your favorite minister, Chibuzo. Stay tuned, guys.
Glad you're still there. You've been watching the Tax Talk, and that's our package on the show this week. Feel free to follow us on all our social media platforms. I am Oinala Sally. Bye for now.